Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this Monday morning. Today I'm joined as usual by my co-hostesses, Melanie down in Evansville and Megan up in South Bend. Megan will be on here in a second, I guess. Okay, so today we have a really fun interview planned, and we're having coffee and conversation. Well, some of us are having coffee, but we'll all have conversation. And I'm here today at Heritage Place. I hesitate to call it a senior center, but it is an activity center. It's an event center. It's a place to go to do fun things and to continue on with lifelong learning. So first of all, I want to introduce you to Ed. He is the executive director of the Heritage Place. And Ed, I'm just going to turn the camera to you and ask you a few questions.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I'll tell you, Melanie, it's frozen on my camera, so I can't see what anybody is seeing here. So
you are all good, Susan. It's clear over here.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Ed, thank you for having us out.
Well, thank you, Susan. We're glad that you all are here.
Yes, and so just tell us a little bit about what Heritage Place is and does and a bit of its rich history.
Sure. Heritage Place was established in this building that we're in this morning in Indianapolis in 1976, 46 years ago. And we provide, as you said, educational programs, social opportunities, quick one-time topic-specific activities for anyone 55 and older, which of course is a very young age, let's face it, 55 and above is young.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So, we're not neighborhood specific, we are people specific. If people want to come here and they can, that's great. 99.9% of the folks that we serve are independent. They drive themselves. They tell us what they would like to do. And we're going to do our best to try to accommodate them. But we have classes every single day. Some days it is like a zoo here. Folks going in 14 different directions. That's good. Those are the good days. So that's what we do here.
Great. So I know a few of the classes. I know you've offered computer classes and foreign language classes and lots of exercise and health related classes. So I think one of the things that Heritage Place is famous for are the Heritage Place line dancers. So tell us about that group.
Well, we have three of them. We have the silver line dancing, and we have the ladies of the dance. They would probably not want to be called line dancers, but they are more contemporary kind of swing dancing. We also have the belly dance fitness, which is an enormously popular class. The instructor with that class has been with us since 1977, so 45 or 46 years. And really, it's just a really fun way to get up, get things limbered up a bit, if you know what I mean. And I can't believe I just did that.
That's a little belly dancing preview from Ed.
Yes, genealogy class is a big draw. any kind of a language class. We are a host of a competitive bridge group that is here on Fridays. And when I say competitive, I mean, don't bother me, it's competitive. Yeah. So probably our topics in computer technology is the most interesting and unique because it is taught by an adjunct professor at IUPUI, and her team of students are intermingled with our seniors, both in this building, but then it's also a hybrid. So there are folks who pop up on the screen who are all around town. It is, or all actually around the state and around the US. As a result of the pandemic, we've sort of expanded our reach a bit, and folks have invited their friends who live in Idaho to Zoom on in, and that's great. So yeah, we do lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun place. And, you know, at SHIP, we're so thankful that for many, many years, I would say probably a good part of those 46 years, you've hosted a SHIP site.
Yep.
Where we've had volunteer counselors stationed here. And I know for years and years, you actually had staff on staff here that were certified SHIP counselors.
Yes.
And we have so appreciated our partnership with Heritage Place, and we love being here. So thank you so much for all you do for the Indianapolis and Indiana community, and out there in Idaho too.
That's right. Well, thank you. And I think that the component to have a SHIP counselor here is a wonderful draw. We do get calls a lot with folks who are saying, can you help me work through this? No, I cannot. You don't want me to, but we have someone here who can, and that's when they get referred on to Dennis.
Yeah, that's terrific. So thank you very much. And
Susan,
again, thanks for letting us come in this morning.
anytime, come see us more.
I know I should. I will.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on in here to our SHIP office, where first we're going to meet Bruce. Bruce, you're on camera on my phone here. Bruce. Bruce Muller is the volunteer supervisor for this SHIP site. So Bruce, give us the short skinny on you.
Oh, well, I'm a volunteer supervisor, Central Region. So I go essentially from Hamilton County down to Monroe County, Hendricks, and over to Hancock County. And my role is to work with the volunteers, recruit them, help them with their training, and do what I can do to keep them happy. Most of the volunteers that I have been with us quite a few years, and volunteers really never just quit. They go on and on and on through older years. And one of the things I like about it is what they're doing for the public, and also because of the amount of research work that they might do, learning that they would do, computer work, they feel that it's really good for them to keep their brains young. When they come on board, there's a very extensive training that they do, to get used to what Medicare is all about. We have locations for them around the area where they can work. They also do work from home via telephone or maybe Zoom, depending on the situation. And actually, after they've helped somebody through a difficult situation or maybe saved them a lot of money by getting on the right plan, that's when they become dedicated to the SHIP cause. And it really becomes part of their DNA as to helping people understand Medicare and just keeping everybody up to date. So, that's a little bit, of what I do. We're jack of all trades, where I'm always looking for places where we can do such things as what we call Medicare 101, or maybe we play Medicare bingo, but that's not like regular bingo. You have to answer the questions in order to win our little prizes. And we make it fun for people to learn about Medicare, because it could be pretty boring for somebody to just stand up in front of, front of an audience and just, blah, 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 blah about Medicare. So we have to be a little bit of a knowledgeable person, plus a stand-up comedian to keep everybody engaged in what we're talking about. But after we've gone through, Medicare and or solved their problem, they're very much they're very thankful for what we do.
Great, thanks a lot, Bruce. So now we're going to meet Dennis. Dennis Schwartz is our SHIP volunteer here at Heritage Place. So Dennis, we're just going to ask you a few questions and we want to hear from you too.
Okay.
Hey, Bruce and Dennis, you guys are muted, so we can't hear you.
We're good. Okay, I didn't think I was.
Okay,
Okay. Okay, yes. So yes, I moved here from Fort Wayne about a year and a half ago. Still getting settled, still unpacking a few things, a little redecorating, but yeah, we moved here about a year and a half ago.
And we found you this spot at Heritage Place.
Mhm.
And I assume that's been going well for you being here at this.
It has. We could use a lot more traffic. So we were fairly busy during open enrollment. Now it's strictly by appointment. Probably one meeting every other week on average.
I never lost the questions.
Well, I'm never had a lot of
Oh, Susan's
questions.
trying to help me. I didn't realize I was going to be the question man.
Well, no one else was asking, but I'm like, where is that? So Dennis, tell us why you started being a volunteer with SHIP in the first place up there in old Fort Wayne.
Well, that's a good question. So my wife and I were retiring from our jobs and we needed Medicare. We had group insurance coverage for such a long time. Medicare was totally new. And even though we both have some background in insurance, we found it confusing. And so we attended a seminar or presentation by Deb Taylor at the public library in Fort Wayne. And I watched what she did and I thought, I could do that. I could help people and maybe we'll get this figured out. So I went up, asked her how I could volunteer. And so she set me up, to get training and that. And all this was just a few weeks before COVID hit. So I don't think I ever actually counseled anybody in Fort Wayne. And then we got into the business of getting our house ready to sell and getting the new house ready to move into. And so aside from training my first 6 or 8 months, I don't think I counseled anybody. But the reason for joining was, first of all, thinking, well, people need help. It's clearly too complicated for most people to figure out without some explanation. So that was my motivation. I have experience doing tax preparation for lower income people. And of course, we have the Medicare Savings Program and Extra Help that addresses those same types of needs. So it was a good fit. And but after you're into it, as Bruce mentioned, the motivation gets to be pretty selfish. I enjoy, as all of you do, I'm sure, enjoy the people. And most of my appointments have been on the phone, but such wonderful people, I never would meet otherwise. People of different races and different backgrounds, rich, poor. So it's a very rewarding experience. So I intend to keep doing it because it's good for me. And being retired, I have some time. when you're working, you have your days are full. When you retire, it kind of becomes an empty slate that you can start filling. This is one of the ways that I feel it.
Well, and you're certainly a blessing to SHIP and all the people that you work with. So we are really glad that you decided to fill some of your retirement
Thank
plate
you.
with a little slice of SHIP
Thank you.
and helping the people and being willing to come here to Heritage Place. It's a terrific counseling site. Heritage Place, folks, is in Indianapolis on the, well, might not think of the near north side, but sort of the north side. It's in a lovely neighborhood and they serve all kinds of people. It's co-located with a faith community. So if you're in the Indianapolis or really the central Indiana area, it is a great place to come to, not only for activities, but certainly to see Dennis if you need some help with Medicare. So as Dennis told us, it's by appointment. So you would just call the Heritage Place number. We can give you that at our SHIP number and make an appointment to come and see Dennis. I think the availability is Mondays and Tuesdays, right, Dennis?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I know we want to find out some more about Dennis. So Melanie and Megan.
Dennis, I am ready. I have a question for you. So I just, first, before I ask you my questions, we do have some live viewers, and one of our live viewers is Sean, and she's our volunteer supervisor in kind of our neighboring region to Bruce. And she just says that she really loves your motivation to help others. And then she also said that you're killing her with a heart symbol. So I think you're tugging at her heartstrings today.
Okay.
So I just want to say, same, Sean, I love your motivation too, Dennis. And I just want to ask you, what would you tell someone that is considering becoming a SHIP counselor themselves?
I would encourage them. As complicated as it gets to be, you really don't have to be super smart to get enough of it and understand it well enough to help people. So I would encourage them. Obviously, I think it's very rewarding. And as Bruce mentioned, keeps your mind sharp, gives you a challenge. I mean, there's always something new to learn, but we have a lot of help. We have our supervisors, we have Ben, and we have John, of course, is our super expert. So if you're willing to say, well, let me look into that, let me call our expert and get back with you, you can usually get everyone's questions answered pretty fairly.
Absolutely. I agree. That's sometimes what I tell people a lot is I learn something new about Medicare weekly, sometimes daily. And I do love that our organization, if we don't know, we probably know someone that does. So thank you for your service. And then I have one more question. Can you share with us a favorite SHIP counseling memory so far?
Well, I had a woman, I'm sorry, she was such a sweet woman, probably in her early 80s. And I gave her my own cell phone number. I know we don't usually do that, but talked with her probably 4 or 5 times. And she was always so sweet. I mean, that's the key. Some of these people, they come needing something, but they go with such gratitude. And I wouldn't say she was a friend, but I mean, such a close contact was very rewarding.
The connection we make sometimes is really special when you know that you're helping others and they know that you are that contact that they can trust, because with insurance and with Medicare, it can be tricky. So yeah, thank you. Well, I think Edward left us for a moment, but we did have a question on our live chat. So maybe one of you at Heritage Place can answer. Sean asked, how many members does Heritage Place host?
Wow, how many members do they have? Oh my gosh, tons. It's a very nominal cost to be a member here and then get access to all of the programming. Some of the programming has a small fee to it, but most of it's free.
I don't know. I'm on their newsletter, their email newsletter, and I bet there's over 1,000, wouldn't you say?
Wow.
They might not all be actively coming here to the center, but they pay their fee. And they did do quite a bit of virtual programming during the pandemic. They closed for a bit, but then they came back with some virtual stuff.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people are back in person and they're still doing the virtual thing. Because I think, we've kind of discovered that there's always going to be a market for that.
Yes, absolutely. I think we're an example of that, huh? All right. Well, Megan, I'm going to pass it on to you. Dennis, I'm done asking you questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Now, I don't have a question for you, Dennis, because Melanie took my question, but that's okay. I just wanted to thank you as well for your service. You're pulling at my heartstrings too with everything you said about how rewarding it is and filling your day. So just thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being willing to learn Medicare, because it can be a lot, but you know that you can get your answers from other people. So just again, thank you for everything you're doing and everyone you're helping.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so what's coming up for us, ladies?
All right, let's get that pulled up here. Thanks for asking, Susan. All right, Megan, do you want to talk to them about, well, first, let me share with you, if you are interested in learning more about being a SHIP counselor, or you were inspired by Dennis and you want to maybe look into this for yourself, you can call our SHIP helpline, or you can visit us online on our website. And also, if you were thinking, wow, Dennis, and it seems like a great resource for Medicare, and you wanted to learn more about how you can find a counselor in your area, similar to Dennis, you can also call our helpline and visit us online, or send us a direct message on Facebook, and we can let you know of where a local counselor and site would be for you. And then we are on social media. So if you're following this video right now, you obviously follow us on Facebook, but you can also follow us on LinkedIn, follow our channel on YouTube and Twitter. So we are out and about in all kinds of ways. So, and then Megan, I'm going to turn it over to you to present next week's presentation.
Awesome. Thank you, Melanie. So this coming Monday on the 11th, we have a presentation on Parkinson's, because April is Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month. And we have a special guest, Patty, I've known for a few years. She is with the Institute for Excellence in Memory Care, and she is going to come on and talk to us about Parkinson's. And then we are also going to talk about how Medicare covers some of the specific testing and disease management for Parkinson's. So join us next Monday. It'll be a great presentation.
Awesome. Great. And that's just the start of a wonderful month of presentations. So today was our first one, and then we're back at you next Monday. And then it's a double feature next week. We have our What to Know Wednesday as well. And we will be telling you about Hoosier RX and this pharmaceutical assistance program that's available in our state. And Monica Griffin will be telling us all about that. And then we're going to be back the following Monday, the 18th. And April is also National Volunteer Month, but that specific week, the 17th to the 23rd, is National Volunteer Week. So we have to give a huge shout out to all of our volunteers, wonderful partners, and counselors that help keep our ship afloat. No pun intended. But we will have a slideshow and an appreciation video, and just that presentation will just be all about our volunteers and honoring them and telling you more about how you can get involved, or how you can contact a local volunteer as well, and all the wonderful things that they do. And then we'll be wrapping up April talking about Medicare's preventative care benefits. So we'll be going over, we've been touching on a few as the national months, as we've talked about different diseases and prevention and awarenesses. of particular diseases, but this presentation will kind of go over an overview of the preventative care that Medicare does cover and how you can access that. So we hope that you join us. And if you're watching and you're thinking of a friend or a family member that could benefit from this, remember that all of our videos are also saved to our Facebook page for later viewing, and they can be accessed on our YouTube channel as well. And if you're not a Facebooker, good news for you is SHIP is a public page. So basically what that means is you don't have to have a Facebook account to watch our videos. So if you're thinking of someone that you may know that may benefit from this information, they don't have to watch it live. They don't have to be on Facebook to watch it, and they can view it on our page or on our YouTube channel. So with that, I'm going to take us back to our Brady Bunch gallery here, and we can kind of just say goodbye and happy Monday. So thanks again to all of our speakers today and participants and Heritage Place for joining us. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.